Good job, Daddy.
I try.
Looks good.
So some of this stuff.
I'll put those by the street.
That's going to the street. He had 2 clubs. I'm not sure what these are for. It's got a nail and screw in that end, and it's got a handle on this.
So that's how we protect the house.
That's how he takes care of bears.
Jesus.
I'd use a 30-06, but.
When you look at that view. Anyway, I started to edge around these trees because they need to be mulched. That's insane to have grass up to the edge of them, so I've done that. Not the oak. I don't know if I'm gonna do the oak. But next up I need to try to get some wood chips to lay along the base of these trees. I decided to later on lift the dirt as I was cutting it because these are cut. It just hasn't been lifted. It's very sad, but you can see there's some life in them, some sad life, but I think I can bring them back to life at least. Well, this one looks healthy. It's just like the leaning tower over here. The pruning has to happen in the spring. As much as I want to like touch them, the pruning has to happen in the spring. And this one's like nearly fallen over, but like this sucker, this needs to go, but that would leave a big open wound. So all of those actually that go straight up, those are suckers that have never been pruned back. But these ones at the base I can prune now. I need to prune now. And you're not supposed to actually lift and support them per all the research I've done, since it's like fallen over, but you're supposed to make it so that it reaches the other way. If you lift it, it will weaken it, apparently, because then it has the support. So then the trunk is, you can never take the support off because it relies on it. So we will see. I mean, might as well try to save them, right? So, well, now there's no suckers. Now over here, I'm hoping to cut down trees today. So I just wanted a reference point to what it looks like now. This tree is in the telephone wires, so I'm not sure how we're gonna do that. But at least if we can clear around it, there'll be a place to put some of the snow. So we'll see what we get to, but I'm hoping to clear a lot of this small stuff out. And maybe we can even get to like this stuff, because this is like a bunch of little trees. So I think we can handle all of this. And I'll be able to leave my driveway without not seeing who's coming. These plants have a lot of mildew on them, and so I just want to rip them out. There's plenty of the plants without mildew, and eventually I'm going to be getting rid of all these garden beds, or at least two of them, I'd say, and transplanting the flowers elsewhere, because this is an area that I can actually garden in because it's flat. This land is very hilly. I'd rather have my flowers in beds around the house and have this grassy area for gardening, for vegetables and such as that. That's really all I care about as far as utilizing space in my yard. So that's what my plan is, but I can't transplant stuff now, especially because I don't know what stuff is, but in the springtime I will be transplanting. I want to get the root ball because these are perennials, so they're going to come back. So I can't just clip them down. I got to pull them out. And the root ball actually is helpful because it's allowing me to clear it a little bit better. And I don't care if I take some of the plants next door because there is so much of everything here. For now, it's like just too much of everything and I don't know what everything is. So that's why I gotta wait till the spring to really transplant and stuff. Well, and because you wanna be able to transplant when it can establish a root system, but also because I wanna see what comes up. But she kind of just had a little bit of this, a little bit of that everywhere. And there's lots of grass mixed in. There's no mulching at all. All right, so all this I am going to use for compost, I suppose, but I'm a nurse, so if I get dirt in my hands, it's like possible to get out, and then they're stained, and then people at work are like, your hands are dirty, and they don't want me touching their babies with dirty hands, so gloves is a must. So I already edged this, so I'm just gonna use the fork to rip out the grass, try to get up some of the dirt, and then I will lay down mulch before winter. But like I was saying about the earthworms, they're just everywhere. So the soil is great. I probably don't have to rip up the grass, I could just cover it, but I want a good solid bed of mulch to hold in, and I want it level with the grass to hold in moisture, and I don't want to just pile it on top of the grass because I don't want it to be mounded around the trees. It's not good for the tree. And some of these trees actually need to be cut down a bit because it's started to mound. I'm just throwing it down to get some of the dirt off, and I'm just gonna go around and take up all the grass. They're huge. So I like the look of it. I know that there's benefits. I think water's not a problem around here, but mowing around trees, you have to weed whack. So, and I don't have a push mower. Not currently. I think I might have to get one depending on what my infrastructure is for my garden because of the hills. The sit-down lawnmower doesn't like the hills because you take the pressure on the seat changes and then it stops the mower. So I want the mulch for that reason, so I can get closer to the trees without having to weed whack. But also then I can plant flowers in here and move them from there. So I can plant flowers under the garden or the trees, and I can even make this this garden bed wider if I want. Under the fruit trees, they've seen better days, and they need mulch around them for sure, because I'm not going to take a weed whacker under them. Some of them are leaning, some of them look dead. So to give them the best chance of survival, I'm going to put some mulch under them and I'd be able to assess them a little bit better, just because some of the branches are like in the grass, and so I don't know. Mulch seems good to me. And when I say mulch, I'm gonna do wood chips, which is mulch, right? One tree down, a million to go. Yeah, I think I want to make all of them with that big of a bed. It will make it easier to mow around, and I can put more flowers from those beds over here, because over there I kind of want to get rid of those because they're so wild. And I can put a garden bed down here while I figure out what I'm doing down there, because it's quite uneven down there, and I kind of got to see how the seasons go with wetness. I think I'm going to end up making some garden beds here in the spring. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll just do container gardening this year or next year. I don't know. Because I got to figure out where I'm putting garlic too. So much to do. We're going to call this one tree skirt. Coming right up. I can't use a headboard. And I don't know if it will, well, I don't want it against the wall anyway. It has to go right here. Has to. We'll see what dresser I can put there.